Hi roomies, this is Sticking with Style. I'm Tay Nakamoto, known as Tay Beat Boop, and you might know me from my viral renter-friendly DIY hacks, but today this is not a 60-second video. We are going long form. I've partnered with Command Brand and I have two very special guests, and together we are going to be showing you all the tips and tricks, giving you inspo and info on how to create your own joyful space. I'm currently sitting in a room that is completely decorated with Command products so you can see all the ways you can decorate your space and make it more joyful without damaging your walls. I'm really excited about this episode. We have two very special guests, and we're going to dive into dorm glow-ups, apartment hacks, talking about what it's like living with a roommate you didn't choose, and spilling some tea. So stick around.
With Tay, Phoebe, and Sophia.
Welcome to Sticking with Style. My guests today are Phoebe Gates and Sophia Kianni, and they are the hosts of the Burnouts podcast. Their show is kind of like an all-around survival guide for being in your 20s, so it's filled with good tips, and they were actually college roommates. So welcome to Sticking with Style. I want to hear more about what your guys' background is from you.
Well, Tay, thank you so much. We're so honored to be here. But yeah, we're college roommates turned co-founders. Me and Sophia met at Stanford as randomly paired roommates. Sophia at the time was a climate activist working for the UN. I thought I wanted to be a doctor. Sophia thought she wanted to be a lawyer. And lo and behold, after many arguments over clothes, some design decisions, we decided we should start a company together. And that's what we're doing today. We're building FIA. And we also have a podcast where we take people behind the scenes, where we talk to other female entrepreneurs about things that they've learned from building and ask the real questions that no one else wants to ask.
Your podcast is star-studded. Like, I can't believe the people on the roster, and I've been listening to it and getting like finance tips. And I love this because I feel like people in their 20s, they don't talk a lot about these topics.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, like, we moved to New York City together to start our company, FIA, and we get to learn from such incredible mentors and advisors and really badass women. And so we wanted our audience to learn with us because we're by no means experts, definitely not when it comes to interior design, but we get to hear from incredible people the same way today. We want to learn from you the best way to really showcase our personal expression.
The term expert is so interesting to me because nobody starts off as an expert. Like, everyone starts off as a novice in something. And so I now feel like I'm an expert in doing DIYs. I feel really confident in it. But the way I started was from knowing nothing.
What was your first DIY project?
Oh God, it was so ill thought out because I just went into a gigantic project without doing research. I ripped out my carpet from my stairway because I thought it was old and gross and smelly. And then I found out that it's a Victorian home, like 100-year-old stairs. So they all had to be filled in, sanded down. There was about 1,000 staples that I had to pull out, and then wood glue. The project ended up taking over a week where I couldn't use my stairs. And so we had to keep going through the trash, the side of the door, the trash.
So it was a disaster. It was a DIY disaster. Why did you not give up after that? I love that because that's for us, like, the amount of times we try different products or different things and like failed, and then we're like, all right, let's keep sticking to it. But going through the trash side, that's a lot.
That is the best way you learn, is the fails. Like, I post about that too. Like, the failures are kind of like my favorite thing that I don't think people talk about. So all the trial and error, like, I have made the mistakes of hanging up something that I shouldn't have in like plaster walls, and you rip it down. And so honestly, using command strips has been super helpful because I've rented in about like 10 to 15 different places, and all of them have like strict rules. They have different types of rules, and I have made that mistake. And it's one of those things, you don't know it until you learn it.
Okay, let's talk about taste because you're very like maximalist. This 100% used to be my taste. My taste has adapted like over time.
I was going to say, this looks so much like Phoebe's room.
This used to be exactly what my room looked like in college. I've adapted a lot over time. And
yeah, like, you're so put together. I would not think that.
No, this used to be like 100% my taste. Our first apartment when we moved to New York looked exactly like this too. And Sophia was like, it's a no can do for me. And now my taste is completely evolved. I'd say I'm pretty minimalist now.
I think you're very minimalist now.
My dream for my office, which it it doesn't look like this, but I'd want like a marble like desk, and then I want like a beautiful bulletin board with like curated like fashion pictures, but mostly like black and white with like a small one pop of color. Like I feel like I've gone from very maximalist to very, very minimalist in my style.
It's like a 180.
I feel like it's an effective. We're also at the office all the time, every day. So I realized like going into certain meetings, like I wasn't treated as professionally. And now I like a black pant, a nice pair of heels, and like a nice like colorful top is kind of my thing, or like a blazer.
That's so interesting about like the way you're being treated because of your surroundings. And I am like you, like I flip-flop between things. I mean, my style is always like crazy and loud, but I have ADHD pretty severely, and so I want to.
We both have ADHD bad.
I think it
It's
makes
a superpower.
Yes, I always say that. It makes me more interesting and cool, and I love it. It is a negative turned into a positive.
When did you get diagnosed? How old were you?
I was like 5.
Okay, because we have different experiences of this. So, like, my family's very open about a bunch of us having ADHD, but they didn't figure out I had ADHD until, like, high school. And I got sent to, like, a testing center with the passcode was, like, ADHD rocks with 2 exclamation marks. And no one had told me I was going there. And then Sophia didn't figure out.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think, like, for me, it's, I think ADHD is stigmatized because I was, like, a high-performing teenager, but it was still very difficult for me to focus, but I still kind of was able to get through school, and I did well. So I think that it kind of, and also using a lot of caffeine, I feel like helped me to get through things when I was like, I'm using an unhealthy amount of caffeine to be able to focus when really like I had underlying ADHD, but it wasn't until like a year and a half ago that I was finally like diagnosed. And I was like, yeah, I really should have been like taking ADHD medication, not like having 5 coffees a day to feel like I could function properly. But I mean, I think it's awesome because it does make you so much more creative. And I think that that's like honestly a strength. But yeah, sometimes it does make it hard to focus.
Because there's so many different ideas, and then like sometimes the side effect of ADHD is you start something and you don't finish it. And so what kind of got me a platform online is because I have all these projects, and even though I currently own a home, I will only do renter-friendly projects because I want to switch things out constantly. Like I will get tired of something in a couple months, and I'm going to switch out that wallpaper, like completely change a gallery wall. And so that's why my content is relatable, because most people are renters, or even if you're an owner, you want to do renter-friendly things. So it's kind of a really sweet spot that I found in this community online, because who wouldn't want renter-friendly tricks to make your life like less permanent and like damaging? I don't know. It's been really cool to find my audience for that, and to see that everyone else has that same sort of interest.
Wait, I love following the people online who do like the home DIY projects, but then it's like every season their apartment looks different. Like in the summer, it looks very summery, and then in the winter, it looks completely different and more like winter wonderland themed.
Yes.
Like I aspire to be like those people. I definitely am not. But I think that's also why it's nice to have like a minimalist base, and then you can kind of like switch it up with little accessories and fun things. Like the people who do the accent walls and then switch it out is so cool to me.
Oh, I love an accent wall. Yes.
I just moved to a new apartment, so I'm like still figuring out my like decor stuff, but I think I'm gonna go a lot more minimalist for this one.
I say, because people are always like, what's your style? And it's very hard to describe. I think I am a minimal maximalist. Like I like.
Girl, you a maximalist.
I think in my brain, I'm a minimal maximalist.
No, you are not.
I'm delusional.
You are a maximalist. It's okay. Own it. Love it.
But I don't know. I feel like, because there's maximal
what is
people.
A maximalist. Like what does that mean?
I love crazy in-your-face things that are like you walk into a room, it's like being punched with color or pattern. But then as for the amount of knickknacks or decor, it is like my house is very curated. Like I don't have any personal effects at home. I was asked to bring in for some other project, like bring something that's sentimental, or like picture of your family or anything from childhood. And I looked around my house, I was like, I don't have any of that. I don't keep things, and I like large statement pieces. I like statement pieces everywhere. And so that's why I think I'm a minimalist. I think of maximalist as like tchotchkes in every single like piece of like a shelf, and I want a curated shelf, but it's a very loud, obnoxious shelf.
Okay,
that
next
makes sense.
next thing we're doing with Command, I think she should come to our office and do a wall. Are you down?
I
We
would
could
love
decorate
to.
our office. That would be amazing.
You guys, I love design challenges. And also if there's something like hard about it where it's like, oh, we have this window that you have to work around, or like there's a pipe in the way. Like anything that's a challenge, it's that same
You might regret
failing
saying
thing.
that.
Oh, you have like a really horrible wall I need to work with.
Well, I feel like the therapy room. It's not
We call it
actually
the
a
therapy room,
It's
like
just
the
a
little
very
little pod where you take
room.
meetings. Yeah.
Like it's like an awkward office, if that makes sense. Like a lounge with like 2 chairs. It's just kind
It
of
looks like
an
you're about to
awkward-
like attend a couples therapy session
Yes,
there right now.
it
It
does
feels
sound bad.
depressing in there. I can't take calls in there because the energy feels wrong.
There's also not like a table. Like
There's
it's a very
no- it doesn't make
You guys,
any
let me
sense, right?
come.
We are gonna let
We
you
will let you
come.
have that room.
Yeah.
We'll 100%. We'll let you command it
That
up.
room
We'll
is
pop
like
you
the-
in there with
yeah.
some strips. No
See what I
tools,
can do
and
with
we'll see what you
literally
can
just
do.
command.
Exactly.
That's a good idea. I think that's a great idea. It's like our
That's a good
forgotten
challenge.
child. It's like the rest of the office is so beautiful. Or like
I
we
won't
tried to make
forget
it
it.
beautiful and then that little corner has not gotten love. It needs your love.
Okay. So you guys mentioned something. You were also roommates in New York. I knew you were roommates in Stanford, and then you moved here, and then also decided to live together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we lived at Stanford for a year, then we lived here for a year, and then we like moved into our own apartments. But I think it's like so interesting to see how like I feel like we successively got a little more polished as like we
Yeah.
continued to grow up, I guess. And then I feel like we now spend the most amount of time in our office, honestly.
We basically live together,
Which
to
is
be
your
honest.
home.
Which is literally like our home now. But it's like the style and everything has like changed so much. I still feel like our office is gonna keep changing.
Evolving. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have sleepovers all the time too. I mean, literally at the office too. Like, because we're there so
No,
late.
we
It's
like
like we basically still live together.
I like am never at my apartment. I feel like
I
if I
love
think
that,
about where
though.
am I all the time, I'm like always at the office.
But I feel like it is good for us because we got so used to like living together and being on top of each other
Mm-hmm.
all the time to like go and think and then come back together is actually like
100%.
so useful.
Well, it's also really rare and amazing that you were not forced together
Yeah.
to be roommates, but it was like you didn't choose to be
Yep.
together
Yeah,
as
it was
roommates.
random.
Yeah, and then it worked out so well that you made the decision to move in together after the fact, and then
Oh my
started
god, I
business
was like,
together.
I need to keep living with you. Like I
That's
can't be alone in New
beautiful.
York City.
Okay, real talk for all of my fellow renters, dorm dwellers, and DIY dreamers. This episode is brought to you by Command Picture Hanging Strips, and yes, they are absolutely as good as you've heard. These hold up to 20 pounds. You can hang up a wall mirror, a dry erase board, Pedro Pascal wall art, and I don't know, your whole life. The point is, no tools, no holes, no oops, there goes my deposit. I use these all the time in my own place, and if you've seen me on Instagram, you've seen all the crazy projects I've done to my space with Command products, and you've probably also just seen that I moved. I thought it was going to be a nightmare, but everything came down clean with no wall drama. So you can switch styles or houses damage-free. And please don't get duped by knockoffs. Let me tell you, imitations are limitations, baby. Stick with Command, literally the most trusted brand for damage-free hanging. Find where to grab yours at command.com, and you got this. Go big and pursue your design dreams damage-free. So we know that your guys' history as roommates is amazing and it's beautiful, but what are the bad things? Like what? Tell me the things you hate about each other, the design differences.
Oh my gosh. Well, we were roommates, so I feel like that's what's good about being co-founders. Like when you're co-founders, you disagree on stuff all the time, whether that's design. I think it should be this shade of blue or that shade of blue. And I think roommates like trains you really, really well for that. I mean, our room, I'm not gonna lie, was not cute. Like you have to imagine, so like it's like you walk into the dorm room and there's like, we got really lucky because it was meant to be, so first we're randomly paired and we were gonna have a third roommate. Then she ends up swapping out and goes and lives somewhere else. And then we get this other random roommate who then decides to not join us. Like, so it keeps
is
slipping.
going
And
on?
then we,
like Stanford's housing is so
it's a disaster.
messed
It's like a
up.
lottery too. So we end
Yeah.
up like somehow the two of us. And so you walk in, it's a little room. There's like the fridge right here. And then we have the two rooms. And like design is everywhere. I mean, Sophia's room has like literally like orange. She put up orange drapery, a giant like climate activist sign. She has portraits of herself up. It was.
Okay, wait, no. Okay, I'll give the explanation. So I think it's really interesting because in college, I honestly I feel like I never really viewed college as a place to like really explore my own personal design because it was such a temporary space. So I feel like there was so many people who like put in a lot of time and energy into decorating their dorm room. My freshman year dorm
me.
room.
She's talking about me.
No. But like my freshman year dorm room, like I had nothing. It was completely blank. It was nothing. And then like my sophomore year dorm room, in the beginning, it was like completely blank, and then I had like a couple posters, and like Phoebe was so nice. She was like, "Your room looks depressing. Like, you need to put." Yeah, she was like, "You need to put some posters up." She was so sweet. I remember you got me like this one poster, and I was like, "Oh, that was so nice of her." Like, it was like one of the first times that we started like bonding, because my room looked
Over
depressing.
decor?
Yeah, over decor.
so sweet.
But I was like, I'm only here for a year, so I didn't really like want.
Do you
to
remember what the
invest.
poster was?
Wait, it was one of the climate activist posters,
Yes,
right?
yes. Because Sophia was working for the UN as a climate activist, and I would kind of like try to tease her and stuff. I mean, the work she was doing was incredible. And she has a nonprofit. It's one of the largest youth-led nonprofits on, translating climate information. And she works for the UN as an advisor on their environmental stuff. So
Crazy.
all the work is
My hype
amazing.
woman.
I had to, tease her a little bit. So I got her a great poster about recycling with some graphics on it.
No, and I loved it. It was so cute. I thought it was so funny. And I was like, well, at least my room has personality now. It was so blank. But then I was like traveling a lot. So when I would travel, I'd be like, well, maybe I should get like a little thing for my room just to make it look less depressing. So then it was like my room just became a patchwork of like I had
Chaos
yeah,
is what it
these
was. It was
orange
chaos.
So
curtains
not like
that I
planned
got.
together.
No, not at all. It was like all just like random. Well, it was like things that sparked joy for me, which I think did make me happy. Like I loved my room because it made me happy because it was a lot of memories. It was not stylistic or designed whatsoever, but it was lots of things that just made me happy, and that was okay because, like I said, for me it was like this is a temporary space. But like when I moved into my first apartment, that's when I was like, okay, like this is actually like my space. Like I actually
You're
want to
gonna
spend
invest
time.
the time and
I'm gonna
energy.
invest the time because I was like, I'm actually gonna be here for more than like a year, So it was like the first time that I was like, okay, I can actually understand like what is my personal style and like what do I want to be
dive into
surrounded
it.
by every single day. And also in college, I feel like you're always like, we were always in classes, So I was like, I'm barely in my dorm room. Like I don't need to like put that much time and energy, but also because I feel like I was still discovering like what my personal style was. So I wasn't even sure like, what do I want this to look like? But I feel like from the very first time like me and Phoebe moved in together, I loved her dorm room because I was like, it's so girly, it's so cute. Like obviously your style has evolved.
It was maximalist.
It
And
was
not
not
like a
like
cute
it was
maximalist.
so fun and
Do you
sweet.
have a
Like it was so
picture?
cute
I
in
do. I'll show you
college.
photos
Okay,
and videos
yes.
and
It was
such.
it was adorable. I loved it. I really liked it. I was like, wow, and she was like, your room looks depressing.
Well,
I
we
was
had
like,
like
mine
wood
looks
walls.
depressing.
So I'd go through. Okay, when Sophia, first off, back up. When Sophia says that she had things that brought her joy in her dorm room, it was a lot of things that brought her
It
joy.
was a
okay?
lot
It was a lot of things that brought her joy to the point where you couldn't walk through the room because there were so many
There was
joyful things on the
too
floor.
many joyful
so
things.
happy.
Too many
No, I
joyful
was so
things in the
happy.
space, and they would evolve into my room as well.
They did. They
We
went
had
into
to-
the common
I was like, can the
room.
joyful things stay in our closet? Can they stay there? But
You
we
need
had
They
storage
exploded.
solutions.
No, literally, I did. I needed.
literally.
I needed storage solutions. I should have hung things.
Yeah, I did hang things. You hung, what we did hang that was cool is we had command hooks for, our keys, which we still did lose even though we had those.
Oh, yeah, that's
But we
true.
would hang all of your different badges from different conferences.
Oh, you're right.
And then we also
Yeah.
we would do on the fridge, if we had like a reading that was interesting from a class or like a paper or a quote, we would
Yeah.
pin it for each other to then like
Oh my
come
God,
back
I
and read,
remember
which was
that.
really
I
nice.
just totally forgot about that.
And then the other thing was that our walls were like wooden. And my thing is I used to be like a maniac. Like the way I would like relax at night in college, I'd put in my headphones, listen to like a podcast and like make a collage on the wall using
my
command
God,
because I
I
could just
love
take it down and redo it. So I could do like a vision board on the
Yeah.
wall, or I could do like a brain dump of different things. And it just was so satisfying for me, and like my creativity was my outlet. And then I got like basically an app where I could then get all of my like papers or books I needed to read for school and have them be audio. So I could do that while I was listening to like what I needed to read for school. And I would then just do like a vision board or something. When Sophia's mom first stayed with us, she was like, is Phoebe like okay? Like, is she an artist? Please tell her not to drop out.
No, but my
everywhere.
mom was like, why does Phoebe's room look amazing and so put together, and like you did not put any effort at all into your room?
I think your mom was like,
"That is
please
brutal."
do not drop out and be an artist. And I was like, believe me, we are nowhere near that because
No, but
even
she
my
liked it. She
parents
thought it
wouldn't
was
want
so
these pieces.
cute. No, she thought it was so cute and girly. She was like, you need to take notes. It's like, oh,
But our first apartment in New York, I'm not gonna lie, it was tough. It was all pink.
it was very pink.
And you
That's
both
on me.
agreed on that?
No, it was all
How did
my
this
it was
happen?
all my downfall. I'm not gonna lie. It was like pink toaster, pink
Very themed,
silverware
okay.
cups.
No, but it was like so cute and
It was
fun.
cute is the
It was
best
cute
word
and
for
fun.
it.
And
But,
you've
yeah.
grown up and you've evolved. Like
Yes.
that's the thing. Like because what you said about you were only staying in a dorm for a year, so you weren't going to put that much effort into
Yeah.
it. That's so interesting because I moved into places anticipating 1 year. Like something about
wow.
my lifestyle when I lived in San Francisco almost every single year for 15 years I moved. And I don't think of them as permanent spaces because each new space is a different style I can try. It's like a new thing to tackle. And so I would be in a place for 1 year, but I would put effort into it.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
don't
just
know. Like, I
interesting.
feel like my brain very much looks at things as like return on investment.
in your business brain.
No, in a way where I'm like, for example, okay, if I'm going into work one day and I'm not doing any content, I want to spend 2 seconds getting ready. Like, I'm going to throw on my sweats, be in a bun and no makeup. Whereas if I'm doing content, okay, I'm going to spend like an hour getting ready. I'll pick
gonna
out my
slay.
outfit. Like, I'm going to slay. No photos, I don't care. And then like I think I had the same mentality when it came to living spaces, because also there was a lot of periods in college and like just generally when I was traveling all the time, and I was just like, I'm never here. I'm like, so I didn't feel like putting in the time and energy to like invest in the space because I was like, I'm not spending that much time in it, so there was a low return
Yeah.
on
She would
investment.
Undo the suitcase, put all the joyful things on the
Yes.
ground,
And
and
leave
take
it.
off for the next trip.
Literally.
It happened.
It was so messy and so all over the place. But I mean, I don't know. I think that like, but also being in a space that you actually like find joy in, I do think makes you happier.
Oh,
So I think that's
100%,
something
yeah.
I realize now where I'm like being in a space where I've actually like put in the time and energy to like make it be in a style that I enjoy, like definitely has like a return on investment
Yeah,
and
your
like makes
surroundings
you happier.
affect your internal well-being. Like I used it as art therapy to start decorating homes. That's like where I started out with all of this. And so I like want college kids to know that even if you're going to be somewhere for a year or a semester, like you can make it your happy place and like go crazy with it. Like make the entire place your dream space. And that's like the perfect time to use Command because like 6 months
Yep.
on and then take it down, move to a new place.
100%. I mean, we started with tape. I'm not gonna lie. We got fined. Like we fully got
What?
fined for like
Fine you. They
they
fine
fine you
you.
For using tape?
because if
It
it comes
rips
off the
off the
wall.
paint.
And so we were like, oh no, let's go. We need to use Command because when we'd rip things off, we fully got a fine.
That's
It ruins the
crazy.
paint on the wall. Yeah, you're not like not allowed
First
to use
discussion we
paint.
had to have was like, so how we splitting this fine?
Literally, it's-
How
I
much
mean,
were they charging you for?
It's like $90 for like
Yeah.
a small little like paint thing.
Ooh.
I was like, okay, first of all,
Yeah, it
first
does-
of all, next time we'll paint it ourselves.
That's a scam.
No, yeah. I mean, I think that it's also so easy to switch things out if you're doing it that way because then
Like posters.
Yeah,
like
like
the next time
new
you travel and you get
poster.
a different poster, like just switch
Wait,
it.
talk about
Definitely.
your like new apartment, the gold mirror you have and that table set. Did you get that off Facebook
I
Marketplace
did
or where'd you
get it
get
off. I am
She's a big used
obsessed
furniture girl.
with Facebook
love that.
Marketplace. I mean, I think that it's been so interesting for me, like decorating my apartment because it's like I would go online and see everything looks so basic and everything looks the same. And so I wanted to get more like vintage, interesting pieces.
Unique pieces.
Yeah,
Yes, it's the best
100%.
place to
And
get
they're so
unique.
much more affordable too. And so I found this woman who was selling this gorgeous gold mirror that was 20 miles away, but she was selling it literally for like $50. And it was like a $2,000 mirror. It was insane. And I was like, you don't know like what
Yeah,
this-
what you have.
Yeah, what you have. And so I paid for like an Uber courier and it was only like $50 or like $100. And they went and got the mirror and then brought it 20 miles to my apartment. And the mirror was even more beautiful and like larger than what I had seen in the photo. And it was like just the best
We
thing
need a
ever.
picture. We need like a
It's
picture.
I know,
of
I, like,
your-
need to
your
show
She
old
put
you.
on her story. I was pressed. I was like, drop the link. She's like, we can't get it. I was like, no.
That's
Stop
the best
gatekeeping.
thing of like people
Stop
are like
gatekeeping.
Exactly.
Drop
Like you're
the
gatekeeping.
link.
I was like, it was a complete like Facebook Marketplace accident.
Stop gaslighting me. Send it to
No,
me.
and I remember like I sent a photo of it to my mom because I saw it on Facebook Marketplace and I was like, I need this mirror. And my mom was like, what in the world? Because it's like very gaudy. Like it looks very weird. And I was like, trust, like I have a vision. It's going to look so good. And I actually only recently, like it's so big and so heavy that I couldn't hang it up. But I kept procrastinating and I didn't even hang it up until maybe like 2 weeks ago. I need to send you a photo of it, but I finally like hung it up. It was just like on my table against like the wall and it looked fine, but I kept
It is scary
procrastinating it.
to
It's so
do that.
heavy.
Like, well, first of all, like you pick the item and then you get it, and then I too will leave it on the floor hanging against the wall for like legitimately sometimes 2 months.
No, it was
like
2 months.
Getting to
It was
getting
2
to that point of like, okay, I feel ready to do it now.
Yeah.
It's it is really scary when it's like, oh, I have to get a level, I have to measure, and I have to like screw something in. But that's when using command is way less weight on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's not a big deal. Like, put it up. If I didn't like where I put it, then I'll just move it.
Wait, I totally messed up my ceiling because I had bought this other lamp off of Facebook Marketplace a couple months ago because I really hated a lamp, one of these lamps I had in my room that was like already there when I moved in. And so I uninstalled that lamp and then I wanted to install this lamp, but it's like a plug-in.
Yeah.
But I needed to hang it from the wall. And so my friend came over to help me because I'm so like not good
Not
at things.
handy.
Yeah, I'm not handy at all. And he like drilled into my ceiling, and then the thing that he was trying to put like exploded. And
What?
Yes, there was like a hole in my ceiling, and I was like,
Oh.
I don't want like let's just like not do this right now. Like let's
It
do
is
this
really
another
scary,
day.
just, like, screwing and
no, I
drilling
just had
into
like a hole
things.
for like a month, and I finally was like, I need to like put this lamp up and I need to fix this hole. So I'm in awe of your DIY skills. I am so unhandy. I genuinely, I can only put on a command strip and I literally can't do anything else.
That is so kind. I mean, as I said, I've learned from failure. So
What's your biggest DIY mistake you've made?
there is something that this ruined my entire week, and I thought I was gonna be like, I'm gonna do a trick. I'm gonna save my time. I'm like, return on investment is gonna be great. I'm buying a paint gun, like a sprayer that you see like professional people have,
yeah?
and they do a big wall all at once. I bought it, and I bought the whole like PPE outfit. My body is covered in like a white suit. I like tarp the whole room, and I do it for like an hour. Drips everywhere. It's splotchy as hell. There is color and there's white. I did it completely wrong. And so I did it a second time. That was another day. It still looks bad. And I eventually had to do it a third time, just roller paint. And I was like, I just wasted multiple days. And it was just one of those things where I had to do it to learn that I'm bad at this. And I need to figure out something else. But yeah, there's lots of mistakes that are made with DIYs, and so that's why
Nothing exploded in your mistake. I'm honestly feeling like that was a very low-level mistake. I'm not gonna lie,
it was
Tay.
effort. It was a lot of effort.
I'm not gonna
and
lie.
time.
We need to see something explode on your socials. We need to see it.
I definitely do have a compilation video of a lot of fails, and because I happen to be filming most things I do, so I have a compilation. It is out there of a lot of things that go horrendously wrong, but I just can't keep them straight because it truly is like almost every project, something goes wrong. It's kind of become the norm.
Hey everyone, Phoebe here. Today's episode is brought to you by Command Clear Mini Hooks, a simple solution that makes a huge difference when you're settling into a new space. Skip the nails, screws, and tacks. Command Clear Mini Hooks make decorating easy, no tools needed. They hold on a variety of smooth indoor surfaces like painted walls, finished wood, tile, glass, and metal, which is exactly what you need when you're moving into a dorm room or a rental like I am here in New York City. When I first moved into my Stanford dorm, I was juggling a lot. New classes, extracurriculars, figuring out where the dining hall was, and the last thing I needed was to be losing my keys, which I did all the time. So I added a clear mini hook by the door, popped a little mirror in there and a little jewelry holder, and suddenly I had a space that felt intentional and kept me organized. No more lost keys. Whether you're hanging string lights, plants, or just trying to keep track of essentials, Command Clear Mini Hooks let you decorate your space your way and change it up anytime. Don't be duped by knockoffs. Stick with Command products, trusted by college students for 30 years for damage-free decorating. To learn more, visit command.com or click the link in the episode description.
I'm really excited about this segment. I think it's not talked about enough. Analysis paralysis and where do you start? I think it really holds people back on even starting a project because there's too many options and they don't know what to start first. So how do you guys start something in terms of design or style? Where do you get inspo? What do you tackle?
I think probably for both of us, Pinterest.
Yeah, I'd say Pinterest or social media. I feel like this is a core thesis in our life. Like now that we've started the company is like not getting stuck in analysis paralysis. Like, for example, like with the podcast, there were so many like times we tried to take our first episode and we reached a point where we're like, wait, this actually is never going to be perfect. Like, let's just get it out there and let's just try it. And the same thing with the product. Like we really realized like early on that we should just try shipping different versions and actually like learn what people like, because we would learn that we would spend so much time trying to make it beautiful and then no one would actually use it. And so it didn't matter. And so that's even like, I think as I think about design, like my taste was horrible when I look back 2 years ago, but at least I started because now I'm getting there. And I hope 5 years from now I look back and I'm like, ooh, wow, she was really at level 1.
I feel the same way when I look back on old projects. I'm like, ooh, I kind of cringe at that now. But it's a good thing because that means I've gotten better. Like, I just think that's a really cool visual evolution. If you look back and you're like, oh, younger me, like she didn't even know what she could do. And so that's really awesome.
And there's a lot of like bad things on social media, but one thing that's a good thing is people like the journey of it. Like people like seeing your OG like DIY. I've seen like your OG DIY videos and like I love it because I'm like, oh wait, I could be at her level someday. Like because I see like the beginning of it, right? And like the like people who are following along for the journey, or even like I'm not gonna lie, I got involved, midway through your platform, so I wasn't there from the OG days. But
that was a while ago.
Feel like
really sweet.
you can feel like you are because you can go back and like see those things. I'm not saying like we should all be keeping our crusty photos from 2014. I personally won't because my fashion taste was neon pink and neon orange pants with a neon pink shirt. But
Sounds cute.
like I think people like to be a part of the journey, and so that's like something we've also learned. I think we should honestly start putting up like different app design screens or our like prototypes, etc., to get feedback.
Yes, that's interesting. Have you heard of the fear of messing up? Instead of the fear of missing out, it's the fear of messing up something so you just don't start it, which is exactly what we're talking about. If you don't start, then you're just going to stay stagnant. You're never going to grow. And so instead of being afraid to even try something, like in terms of decorating, which is my life, like the perfect example of the mirror story is just sitting on your floor. If being afraid to mess up trying something out, then it would just sit on your floor forever. And so that was kind of the story of like fear of messing up, give it a go. And then how it ties into command is that it's temporary. It doesn't have to be forever. If you don't like it, then just change it. And so, but that applies to so many other things in life, like the fear of messing up, analysis paralysis. Just start somewhere.
Finding your first class in college, feeling like it needs to define your career, like all of that. Just showing up is enough at the beginning because you'll get good if you like keep doing it. You just got to get reps. You got to get shots on goal.
I also think that the way to avoid analysis paralysis, at least for me, is making a plan. Like, I think for me, it's really hard to start, or like I'll get very overwhelmed. And anytime like I sit down and I'm like, what do I want this to look like exactly? Like, and I have an entire like mood board. I have a Pinterest inspo.
So you're like type A. You're like
I'm
very planned
super
out.
type A. Like when I was planning out like what I wanted my apartment to look like, I was like, okay, here's all my references. And then I like put together like a Fig Jam board. And then I was like, here's the dimensions of this room. And then here's what every single thing should look like. Like, so I need like a white couch. I need like a white table. And then, so then I was like, okay, now I can actually start decorating because I know exactly my plan. Like I know what I want. And I think that makes it a lot easier. I think at least for me, like I can't just start something because then I need to know where to start and where it ends. So I need to like plan out the starting point and the ending point and then some of the middle. And then obviously things will like shift and change. But like when you have a plan, you will always feel prepared and it will help you avoid analysis paralysis because you can't get paralyzed because you know exactly what you're going to do. But that's just like what works for me.
I know, like you're talking and I'm like, you are such a businesswoman because how you're explaining the way you would design something is the same way I do it professionally, like for my clients, interior design. Like I like make 3D renders. I plan out everything. I get the textures. And you're not a professional interior designer and you're doing high level things. And I'm like, that's amazing.
Well, I think it was just because for me, I was like, I need a couch. But then I was like, but then what does the couch look like with the table? And then I was like, oh my God, I am so overwhelmed. Like I cannot, like I don't know what to buy. Like that's
so then
why
you just don't get anything.
Then I was like, I'm just gonna have an empty room. So then I was like, I can't have an empty room. But then I was like, I can't buy one item because then I don't know what everything else will look like. So then I was like, okay, that means I need to know what the entire room looks like because otherwise I'm like never gonna buy anything. And then once I was like, oh, I know what the room will look like, then I was like, okay, I can start buying things. And like, it looks different than what it looked like in my mood board, but it was like, I only was able to start because I originally like had a mood board. And I think it's like, it's fun. Like, I think people, it's so
like
fun.
the making a collage and like, what is it, like a dream board?
Yeah.
What it's called? Manifestation board.
Yeah.
It is fun to do this stuff.
It is fun.
I think having your own space and having like a place where you can find peace and be happy is so, so important. Like my nightstand is like so important to me. What sits on that nightstand, what's there, like if some like random sodas on my nightstand, like I'm off that. Because you need like, especially when you're like in New York City, you have like limited space. You want those spaces to be like joyful for you. And there's something kind of fun with that. And it doesn't mean you don't have like, you know, your bed where you throw a bunch of laundry on there and it's dirty some days, but having like one little space, even if it's a corner where you're using command, like hang up some cute little posters of like people you look up to or people that inspire you or a quote you once heard, like that honestly I feel like is so important, like curating that in your space.
Okay, given what you just said, I want to put you guys on the spot, and there's a game.
Yes, please.
With giving tips to scenarios, design scenarios where people need help. So given that there are college kids out there going back to school, let me see what you can come up with.
We're nervous.
Oh no, yeah, I don't do the college dorm well. This is
where we flopped, but let's try. We can try.
Scenario number one would be, we've got a freshman and they have a roommate and they're obsessed with the fruit aesthetic. What would you do?
Fruit aesthetic?
What is that?
What is a fruit aesthetic?
What do you mean fruit aesthetic?
Well, they better be using
Wait, what is that?
like
fruit
fruit
aesthetic?
stuff. Like fruit stuff.
Like there's like fruits everywhere?
Oh my God.
Dude, you know what this is? I have no idea what this is. Like fruits, like bananas and
You don't know
apples?
about it's like the biggest trend
No.
of fruit is the aesthetic.
no.
I've seen
Yeah.
But give an
and
example.
I'm
I have
not hyped about it.
zero idea.
Okay, like there's so many stools that are fruit. Like
So you're talking like straight up, it is an apple stool. Like
There's like an
everything else,
orange.
like
this
fruit.
girl's like
You
sitting on an
guys!
orange yoga ball.
But-
oh my God, yeah, there's fully themed like rooms that could be strawberry themed. 100%.
I'm shocked.
I can't believe this is blowing your mind.
Well, they
I
better
love it.
use the clear command hook so you can take it down when that aesthetic changes.
That
Changes
one
when
is
they
no
develop.
longer in.
You know what? I'm glad they started.
Here's the thing, like New York City apartments are so small. I think you kind of have to be a minimalist because if my apartment had a bunch of fruit all over it, it would look this
You'd be a
big.
hoarder. Yeah.
What would you do?
this
You're
big.
you're moving in. I'm
But
a
I
fruit
guess,
aesthetic
okay,
girly.
you're a fruit aesthetic girly. I mean, well, maybe
Would you find another roommate?
I would know. I'd
No.
ride with the vibe. You're at a
Yeah.
college dorm room. If they have funky taste, they have funky taste. You're living there for a year. Like, ride with it. Have a strawberry stool. Like, what fun.
And you know what else is cute? I've seen those like little mini lights. Like I feel like
Yeah.
you could hang up with like little command hooks, like the little strawberry lights or like
Yeah.
little banana lights.
Except,
like,
yeah,
on
like
the wall.
hanging string lights in a dorm room definitely easily customizes the space. And
Yeah.
also the overhead lighting that your dorm room has. Ugh. So that is a good like 2-for-1. It's decor, but it's also functional.
I think as long as the
lights.
roommate has like their space that's fruit decor, then maybe you could have like a vegetable side of the room.
Okay.
Or if your taste is different, yours will stand out as really nice if they got fruits all over there. But I wouldn't sit my roommate down and be like, no, I don't like this. Like I would ride
Yeah.
with it.
Oh my God.
Like,
I
who
would.
cares? I would be like, this is so funny. Like,
Yeah.
this
that
is so
something
random. I love it.
I definitely want to talk more about that in detail later. But when someone judges when someone judges someone else's style, it's like, why are you being mean? Just let them have their
You're
fruit
being
thing.
so lame. It's not
Yeah.
your side of the room.
Like you're not gonna
They
tell
can
your
do whatever
roommate
they
like,
want.
no, don't have your.
Okay, I
strawberry
agree with
thing.
that, but I love judging style. Like, I'm a big fan of those sites that are like this dress or this dress. Like, I could play that game all day.
I'm so uninterested
I
in
love
that.
style analysis. I do agree with Phoebe. I think like judging someone to their face is super rude. But I think like the celebrity analysis of like
No.
who had a
I'm
nice
not even
dress or
talking
not,
about.
I
No,
love
I'm not
that.
even talking about the celebrity in it. I'm talking about the actual like garment. Like,
No,
I
that's what I'm
love,
talking
like,
about. I'm talking about
comparing
the
like.
celebrity style analysis. Like this was the best dress list. Like this was the worst dress list. Like I find that very interesting.
I love walking around houses. I love like me and my mom will go for walks and be like, oh, I like that house. Oh, they did their shutters badly. Oh, I like this. Like,
That too,
I agree
yeah.
to someone's face. Yeah, 100%. Like, you're not going to dig on someone's style, but like, I'm very honest with my friends. It's also a
Yeah.
matter of like what you can pull off. Like, there's certain looks I really like on people that I'm like, wow, like if I put that on, I'd look
Yeah,
terrible in that.
yeah.
I could not pull that off.
And it's like knowing what works for you.
Exactly. But I think being honest is the best. I also really like talking about style, talking about things I like and don't like. And my opinions have completely changed over time. But I find it wildly entertaining. If you're not being a jerk, then 100% you should talk about taste and be open with people.
I think for me, like, because my realm and world is home decor, it's interior, and it's just so low stakes. Like when if someone likes something that might be hideous, they like it. So like I'm not bothered by it, and I'm like, that's cool that they like that. And I get asked that question a lot of like every year. It's like what's trending, what's in and what's out. And I don't like to partake in those like articles because I don't want to be the overseer of what is in and what's out. Like if somebody likes something, I don't like it, I'm not going to tell them that's out. So that's a different thing of like, it's low stakes, and it's that thing, if it brings them joy, let it.
I feel like people need to like be able to kind of read the room of like, this person has a different style aesthetic than me. So if they're asking for my opinion, like I need to give it through the lens of their style aesthetic, like not my style aesthetic. Like I can't impress my own opinion onto someone else. Like I need to look at it the way that I would if I were them. Like if I know like you love wearing colorful clothes and I only like wearing like black. If you ask me like, does this look good on me? I'm not going to be like, no, because it's colorful. Because I'm like, I know she likes colorful clothing. So then I'll say, yes, I think that looks good on you because of X, Y, Z. Or I'll say, no, I think this could look better, while still recognizing it can look better, but still be your style. Like you don't need to have my
that's
style.
the perfect example.
This is honestly something I've had to learn a lot with like Fia, because one thing we do for users is we generate like personalized style collections or personalized like recommendations. And I used to be like, oh, these recommendations are horrible because they weren't things that I liked. And then I realized like, wait, our search algorithm isn't actually broken. I'm broken because people don't have my same taste.
Yes.
And so it's about like matching the person. I think especially if you're working for a client, like you want to match their taste. If it's a friend, you should 100% be honest. Like, but if you're working for a client, like you want to, you know, like match their taste and give like their energy so they feel at home. But how do you deal with like if a client's like, I just hate this, and it's your taste?
The problem is more so the opposite, where clients come to me because of my very specific style. And then, so like they already are going to be on my vibe. No one's going to try and hire me if they don't like my very specific taste. But then sometimes I have clients and then they push what they want onto the project. Like they have, okay, I love this client so much, so she will be fine with me roasting her. She has the most hideous rug in the entire world. And she told me that she wants me to use it in the space, and I was like, that will ruin the entire room. Like I won't even claim that I decorated this room if you make me use this rug.
What does the rug look like?
Yeah, what does the rug look like?
It is like a rainbow vomited onto a shaggy dog, and there's no rhyme or reason. And I love color, so it's like I'm not hating on it because of the color.
Did you tell her?
Yes.
And what'd she say?
Because I'm like, you hired me for design. So like you came to me because you don't think that you can do this, and you've told me that. So listen to me when I say this rug is not it. So now we're moving on to scenario number 2. A college senior just moved off campus, got their own room, and they're a varsity athlete. Can you give any renter-friendly tips or tricks for this sporty athlete?
Definitely you're going to want to have posters of like your athletic like heroes. I would definitely use Command, put those up so you can take them down easy. Hooks by the door, Command too. That way you don't forget your keys, your hat when you're going for game day. If you got pom-poms, you got other stuff you want to hang up on there, so you can just, because if you're an athlete, you're in and out all the time. I mean, college athletes work
And there's stuff
ridiculously
strewn about everywhere.
But I would definitely like have like framed, I would put them in frames so they look classy, but then use Command on the back of like
That's a good
black
tip.
and white photos
Yeah,
of
I
like
love that.
the athletes that you look up to on the walls. I wouldn't go for like, you know, I wouldn't throw a jersey on the wall. I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry. I know people are into it. I'm
I
not
think it
into
looks
it.
good, really.
know.
I was gonna say, I think a really nice framed jersey looks, if it's a
I am
cool
so
one,
surprised by that.
I actually think that would, well, I think that, or I think what would look even better is if you have, you know, those like logos of the school that's in a triangle shape. Does anyone
Okay.
know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I
The
do.
Like
banner?
felts?
Yeah.
Yes, like the felt banner school logo looks very sporty, and I also think it's cool.
Yeah, and
like
classy.
something like that, and
Yeah.
classy. I think something like that would look good.
So now here's scenario 3. It's the last one, and this might feel a little personal, but there's 2 gorgeous, successful business women roommates, and they're also running a business together. What would you suggest they do for a little renter-friendly, easy organizing?
Definitely a caddy. You've got to have a caddy for like all your knickknacks, pens. I have it like right under my desk in the office. And so like my top drawer is like my favorite pens, my little notebook where I do my to-dos. So like having that all organized, I feel like is so, so nice because then it's like, you know, clear desk, clear mind.
Clear mind, yes.
Exactly. You can put everything into the caddy and just have it there like good to go in the morning. But for me, like walking in with a clear desk like makes me feel so good about myself. I'm not going to lie.
Well, Command makes a caddy where it's like it's sticky. You put it on the wall, so you're making use out of the wall space. And God, I need that. Like
the vertical wall space is so key. So I can just like easily grab that while I'm on a call. I'm not gonna lie, I'll keep like a little perfume in there too, like a little roller. So if I need that, if I'm like going into a meeting, I'll keep a lip gloss in there.
I think
in
it
the
is
back.
really forgotten space. Like you can use those areas for storage, and like we're all hurting for storage living in cities. So that is a great tip to make use of that. And then also I want to shout out that I know that there are bathroom specific caddies and a whole bathroom specific line because I've lived in New York and I had the tiniest bathroom in the entire world with no storage. So I think that could be helpful for people.
Honestly, I love the bathroom line. Like the water resistant strips are really good for organization. I have like, you know, my couple of makeup products that I know work for me. And so I can just like put those in there and have it as like hanging space on the wall because our like little mirror in college didn't have the thing where it like opens up and you get storage. So we had like a hanging one of those in our bathroom, which was really, really helpful because two people were a little bit messy and needed that. And we needed the extra storage.
Yeah, I was going to say, I definitely think that maintaining a minimalist vibe and prioritizing storage solutions is probably what's most ideal. So having like those caddies, organizing everything, like having different buckets for stuff will definitely make it easier to be very like efficient and high performing.
You are so all about ROI.
It has happened over the last year. Running a company will do that to you. Hey everyone, it's Sophia. This episode is brought to you by the Command folding clothes hanger, which honestly, I wish I had in college. Phoebe and I actually shared a closet in our dorm, and calling it a closet is generous. We were constantly running out of hanging space, and I remember desperately trying to figure out where to put just one more jacket without making my room a total mess. The Command folding clothes hanger would have been a lifesaver. It gives you extra space when you need it, holding up to 5 hangers, and folds back up when you don't need it. It's perfect for small dorms, apartments, or anywhere your closet just isn't cutting it. I love that you can use it to plan outfits, air dry delicates, or keep your go-to pieces right within reach. No tools, no nails, no damage. If you're short on storage but big on style, don't settle for cramming your wardrobe into one tiny corner, or worse, piling it onto your bed. Stick with Command products, the brand college students trust for smart, damage-free organization. Head to command.com to learn where you can buy the folding clothes hanger near you.
This segment is called Lowkey Obsessed, and honestly, I've already witnessed you guys do this so naturally and organically already, but hype up each other. Tell me about each other. What is your favorite aspect of their style, and what is one of their favorite pieces of yours?
Okay, Sophia always has a pop of color. That's one of my favorite things, especially the blue. She loves a good blue. I've learned that from her a ton.
Cobalt blue, so
But there's always like a pop of color in her outfit, whether it's like a piece of jewelry, her like blue necklace, or whether it's like a blazer. Favorite pieces? Blazers. She's a blazer queen. She's always pulling up to the office in different blazers. And she has this one incredible white one that I'm obsessed with. So I definitely would say that that's my favorite piece. But generally, her blazer collection is untouchable.
I love Phoebe is the queen of a matching office outfit. I love her sets.
So easy.
Like she very recently wore like that light blue set, but you had like the matching pants and top. I'm basically copied it today. I thought that looked amazing. And I also think a little hack that you do is like you pre-plan your outfits for the work week, which I am honestly not type A enough at all and don't
it's like
care
meal
enough
prepping.
to do.
You meal prep your
No,
clothes.
it's amazing. And I think it's so smart. And I think anytime we like do a podcast recording now, I now plan my outfits in advance for that so that I'm not scrambling and feeling anxious at the last minute. So I think organizationally, I love that amazing tip. And then also having nice matching sets, I realize looks so good and is so easy to throw together.
And so can you tell me something about your favorite piece of decor and a learning moment that you've gotten?
Well, I know Sophia talked about her beautiful gold mirror that she like thrifted, but she has underneath it like this gorgeous like thrifted wooden table that I think she got off like Facebook Marketplace in her apartment that I'm absolutely obsessed with, that I 100% would steal. So it's like the gold mirror sits on it and then it's like this beautiful like wood table underneath. It looks almost kind of antique. Is it antique?
They're both from the same designer, and so I bought both of them vintage. They're not antique though, but they're both like made of a specific type of wood.
So that would definitely be
I
my.
need to see this thing.
I will definitely
I'm
get
gonna
you
show
images.
you photos.
And then biggest learning, honestly, that Sophia has taught me is just to constantly keep going and to keep trying. Sophia is go, go, go all the time. I mean, from the moment I met her, I was just so impressed by how much work she did, from being, you know, like an ambassador to the UN to having her nonprofit. She is always on the next thing. And I love this mindset of continual learning. Like, you will never see Sophia be afraid to ask a question or afraid to learn something new. She is always leveling up and trying something new and accomplishing something new continually. She never doesn't have something going on. There's no one who keeps me as motivated and excited as Sophia.
Oh, I love you. No, she's literally the best partner ever. I did like this little Instagram series thing yesterday, and they were like, "Oh, you are so confident. Like, how are you so confident?" And I was like, it's about the people you surround yourself with. And I was like, if I felt bad right now and I texted my best friend Phoebe, she'd be like, you're a baddie, like, don't feel bad, like, you look amazing. And I was like, that's how you maintain confidence, is like by having people who like make you feel confident.
Having a Phoebe in your life.
No, literally, everyone
Just
needs
a good
Phoebe.
friend. Everyone needs a good friend.
Everyone needs a good friend. And I think for me, my favorite piece for Phoebe, honestly, you have amazing couches and chairs. I really, really like your couches, your white couches in your apartment. When I was looking for couches, I was like, I want a couch like
You were
Phoebe's couch.
inspired.
Yeah, I was like, I love that like white boucle couch. Like I need something like that. And then I think in terms of like the biggest thing I've learned from you is honestly, like, I love how honest you are. And I think I used to always really struggle with, I would be dissatisfied with things, and then I would be dissatisfied but would not admit that I was dissatisfied, and it would just create a lot of awkwardness because like I just would not address
Verbalize.
and be able to like communicate how things could improve. And so I think like I really admire, like, you're always super, super honest with people, but you're also really helpful. So it's very much of the mindset of like, we're in this together. Like, how can we together make this into something that like we're proud of and everyone's happy with? And I think that was like a huge learning for me, because if you're able to give feedback in a constructive way and in a way where you want to like add value and help, then like the whole situation is able to get so much better. And I think like it's made me such a better like co-founder, like such a better business partner, to be able to work with people instead of be dissatisfied and then just like let that sit there and then like everyone feels unhappy.
And so she's taught you like the benefits of constructive honesty. And like you're not tearing someone down and being like, that idea was stupid. You're like helping each other together and be like, let's think of a better idea, or like something.
It's like that. That's good. How can we work together to make it even better?
Yes.
To make it like
Yes, and,
exceptional.
yes.
Yes, and like I love, because I love that mentality of you shouldn't just be satisfied when something is done or when it's good. Like, you should really try and strive for like, I feel so proud of this. Like, I think that's such an amazing feeling of like, I think this whole thing is exceptional. Like, how can we co-create and like work together to make that happen? And so I think that's been something that's been like a huge learning for me, of the best way to work with people is to work with them, not have like things done in silos. It's like to co-create together.
You guys definitely are like the epitome of co-creating.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
I think that's
You guys are
so,
adorable.
so important.
Okay, before we wrap this up, I have a final game, rapid fire questions.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna hit you with it. What is the weirdest thing you ever saw in a college dorm room?
Someone had a full painting of the Queen of England.
Who? Oh, I know.
It was crazy. What about you?
A cat that wasn't supposed to be there.
I love that. What is a celeb house you need a tour of?
I wonder what Margot Robbie's looks like. I wonder if she has any
I
Barbie
feel like it's
pink.
classy. I feel
think
like
it's
it's
probably
really,
classy.
really classy. I kind of want to know what Dolly Parton's house looks like. I'm kind of fascinated. Like, is it like cowgirl core? Is it like her? I'm so curious. And does she have stuff of herself up on the walls? I kind of hope she does.
hope so.
She deserves it, to be honest. But I'm so fascinated what the inside of her house looks like.
What is one design hot take that will get you dragged?
No fruit aesthetic. I don't even know what this thing is. It makes no sense to me. I'm not up for it.
Oh yeah, TikTok will come after you.
They
for saying
will come
that.
after me 100%.
Yeah, very similar. I feel like you need one accent color. Everything else should be kind of very.
I completely disagree.
Oh,
I think one accent color.
I won't fight
Tay
you.
is
I won't
dying.
fight you on
White,
this.
it should be like white,
Tay is
and
dying.
then pick like blue or red. Like pick one anchor color.
And tell me your most unhinged decorating habit.
I have like a Polaroid wall in my childhood bedroom, and I used to, whenever I get like stressed out, literally take them all down and put them back up just to make sure they're perfectly aligned. Like it was like my kind of like anxious habit that I would do, and it would take me hours, but it would like calm me.
That's so cute.
I mean, probably that I would crop photos and then put it into Figma and then put it in my Fig Jam board and then make my replica of my apartment in there.
Yeah, that's not exactly normal.
But it works.
And that's like
10 out of 10.
Yours is like not normal, but like kind of cool, like well planned
it's
out type A.
amazing.
Mine is like not cool, kind of neurotic.
Anxious.
So, anxious.
Very.
But you were little. That's cute. That makes sense.
Yeah, totally haven't done that recently.
Okay, I hope you guys do not get roasted on TikTok for the rude things you said about fruit.
We're trying to help you guys. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay, Phoebe and Sophia, do you have any final tips for the back to college crowd on how you can go bold with their style and design?
Honestly, find references. Go on Pinterest, go on TikTok, find style that inspires you, and then you'll have a plan for what you want to emulate. But especially, I feel like I was like living in 2018. I used to only go on Pinterest. And now whenever I want to do anything like style or design related, like I'll go on TikTok and I'll see people like you. And then it really, really helps to inspire me. And I think that's like a great way to discover style that you might resonate with.
Don't let perfection be the enemy of progress. Put it up with command, take it on down if it doesn't work, and just do it again and again until you get your taste and find your style icon.
I love those tips. And for anyone out there who's looking to not destroy their walls and give their place a refresh, check out Command Brand and go to command.com. You can see all of the options. They even have colorful ones, which really speak to my heart. So thanks again to Command. I hope that this podcast gave you guys inspiration on how you can make this semester of college the most colorful or fun or customized one you've ever had.